Hi and welcome to our very first episode of Women Unwrapped. Today we'll be discussing the question, who is a virtuous woman and can you be a virtuous woman in this day and age?
Wrapped up in mystery, priceless through history, a woman unwrapped.
So ladies, can we be a virtuous woman in this day and age? What is a virtuous woman? Who is a virtuous woman? Are you virtuous women?
Yes.
Yes, we are. And I think, being a virtuous woman is actually not about perfection. It's about your character, allowing God to work in you to be what he wants you to be.
I was thinking about that the other day, actually. Is it about perfection or is it about your character? What is it about your character?
I think it's just a work in progress. None of us are perfect at all.
Right.
No way. I mean, I've got a husband, I've got children, I've got a house to run. I do get tired. I'm not going to lie, I do get tired. I just think if you're starting out and if you haven't learned to run a household, then you soon learn. Whether, if you, as a child, a woman or a man might not have had experience of having a mum.
And I think, society's got a lot to answer for this because they expect us to be the wife, the husband sometimes, the mother, the home carer, the baker, the cook, the washer,
nurse,
everything,
doctor.
the nurse.
Well, it's interesting that you should say that because every time I'm in a discussion about the virtuous woman, what a virtuous woman looks like, people always see this virtuous woman as this something that's to attain to, but it's really unreachable, and unattainable.
Yeah. Well, you don't get there straight away, though, do you? As a virtuous woman, you don't just
be a virtuous woman.
Become a virtuous woman. It takes time.
Is it training then?
I think life
trained?
Experiences.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Life experiences bring those qualities of virtue.
Well, you can have lots of life experiences and be 60 and not be virtuous.
Oh dear, that's terrible. Is there a 60-year-old woman out there who doesn't have one virtue?
Oh, they've got to have some
patience. They must
quality.
have patience. Patience is a virtue.
But when we're talking about being a virtuous woman, we're not saying do you have one virtue. It's are
a
you
whole range.
are
Is
you
it
a
a whole
virtuous
range?
woman overall?
Is
The
there
way
an
you
example
present?
of a woman?
That's virtuous.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm a virtuous woman.
But what does that actually mean in
Well,
reality?
for me...
In reality?
Yeah, in reality, it's running a household. I have a husband. I've got children to look after. I've got a 12-year-old that's still dependent on me. I'm self-employed. I run my own business. I'm a childminder, and not only do I have to sort of do his homework in the kitchen at 7 o'clock in the morning, I have 3 children arriving at that time too.
Sarah.
2 of them are babies. I still have to feed them. Also, yes, that's right. Yes, do that one.
And Sarah has 8 legs. Not legs. 8 legs are not tails. Not legs. Arms and legs.
She's an octopus.
The question was, Barbara said,
Bring us back.
define us. Define
Well,
us.
Okay.
That's
I have a definition.
Okay.
Go on, go for
I
it.
looked it up actually, and it says this. If you say someone is virtuous, you're saying that a person is living according to a high moral standard. Righteous, upright. Basically, a virtuous person, whether a male or a female, behaves in a moral and correct way. Their actions are of good quality. There's a word, good quality.
Okay, so that's really interesting actually, because I was wondering, EJ, can we link those virtuous qualities to Proverbs 31, the virtuous woman in Proverbs 31?
All right, well, Sarah talked about the plethora of tasks that she's got to do.
She's the intelligent one.
It's just like a lot of things, very, very, very busy life. When we read Proverbs 31, there are 22 verses of qualities or actions that this woman does or undertakes. It's so many. So yes, I do think there is a list there, and I do think it stands a test of time. That's what we say for that day and age, and now we are doing similar things or transferable, very, very similar.
So would you say then this woman in Proverbs 31, like I just gave a definition of what virtue is. This woman in Proverbs 31 is representing a woman of high moral, godly standards.
I think we have that.
And let me chip in something there. For me, I think we're talking about a woman who's beautiful inside and outside, you know, beautiful to deal with. She's
Oh, here we go.
caring.
It's all about me again.
She's reliable. She's trustworthy. She's loving.
Yeah.
Her husband trusts her. And, you know, she has these qualities that are reflected in her character.
Yeah.
I mean, this woman is called Ruth, you know, and I just because I don't have a plot of land or, you know, outside scrubbing my clothes, I have a washing machine and I go to the supermarket, you know, so for me, I am a virtuous woman. It's just that times have moved on and changed. It doesn't make me less a virtuous woman.
Yeah.
You know, at the beginning she wasn't married, you know, and she went on to marry Boaz, and all those qualities that she learned probably before she got married helped her through her
Yes.
Can I ask a question? Because, you know, I mean, we're as women, we're the older woman. They were still very attractive and everything. Yes, and
With the
young at
wrinkles.
heart. But is it possible, I'm just throwing out a question, that, and we spoke about life experiences, as you go through your life's journey, you know, you pick up these different qualities. But is it possible for a younger woman to be virtuous?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's your attitude that you bring to whatever role. It's not about busyness. It's not about having lots of things to do. It's about the attitude you apply to whatever
What you're
you
doing.
do.
And it could
whatever
be-
your station in life is, your age is, or your job, whatever that is. It's how you actually express yourself, how you project yourself, and how you carry out your role.
And I just remembered you said there were 21 things in Proverbs 31, but I'm wondering, do we all possess 21 qualities?
What are they? Can we be
Or
reminded?
that young person won't have 21 qualities, will they? Because they're just starting out. They might have 5 of those things, which
Absolutely.
is okay.
I
There were
agree
a lot
with
of
you.
There were a lot of examples, but it wasn't just about the list or there were examples there, but it was about she's prepared to go to bed late and get up early. She's prepared, like
the
Sarah.
story of my life.
Yeah, like Sarah. She's prepared to do this. She's prepared to honour her husband. She's prepared to prepare clothes for her family in the winter. She's prepared to do all of those things. She's got a good attitude when she
Not
does it.
always,
So-
EJ.
'cause I'm thinking-
Well, no, because I'm running
in
around
reality-
riot, right, doing this, that, and the other, as you do as a businesswoman,
Yeah.
and whatever, a mother, and a wife,
And a
you
grandmother.
run yourself
Grandmother.
rugged to the ground, and I want to bring it home now,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, you can.
You know, you're tired because you've had a hard day's work, and then
Your husband.
you have to fulfill the needs of your husband.
And how do you do
so
that?
you don't do it joyfully at times. Sometimes you think, oh,
And you do get batty.
Yeah, you can have
Yeah.
an off day.
you can have an off day, and that's just an
Allowed to.
example, and it could be an attitude to other things in life. Like sometimes I don't want to get up and go to work, and I'm not joyous, but
But your mindset is
that I have to do it.
You've got to
you
do
have
it.
to, or you want to, because it sounds like your mindset is that this is your life, like Sarah said. This is my life, and I do it. You want to do it willingly all the time. You're going to have some off days, but you want to do the best for your husband, your children, etc. That is where the
And that's
virtue
your,
comes in.
and that's the
Your
attitude,
mindset.
and that's your
And
mindset.
I'm
I
also
agree with
bringing
that.
in another side to this. She's a woman who doesn't nag, you know. She doesn't commit
she does.
adultery.
yes, she does.
She doesn't steal. She doesn't slander. She respects her husband. She's an awesome helper, and her children love her and appreciate her for what she does. So the young women will find a lot that actually fits into them as well.
That's great. Thank you very much, ladies, for discussing that topic. It was excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching and being with us today. If you have a comment on who is a virtuous woman, please comment below. And we look forward to seeing you next Sunday, where we'll be discussing what are the expectations she has on herself. Thank you, and see you again.